Hello everyone, John Marshall with another video critique. This one brought to you by my spotlight on Lulu. Lulu is well, I'm a self-publisher and I can self-publish through lulu.com. And here we go. This is Durango High School. The Cheyenne ROTC drill meet. This is the novice color guard. So we've got some interesting. Well, yeah. Let's just begin right here. Okay. I guess that's a. It looks like a web belt. But see, the strange thing about Air Force is that we don't require web belts. The only thing that's required as far as equipment is concerned is the harnesses. Worn equipment, I'll put it that way. Just the harnesses. So I don't. It looks like two web belts, but I'm not. Yeah, it does look like that. Now I appreciated that the harness sockets. I don't like these harnesses. I think they're junk, honestly, but they're less expensive than the others. The best ones that I like are the ones that are about $100 for the web material, and looks like aluminum staffs. They're not authorized in the Air Force. Air Force Instruction 362203 states exactly what kind of flagstaff is authorized, and metal is not it. Ever. The only color guard that can carry a metal staff is all-female Army AFJROTC. So, looking at the feet, they look to be fairly online as far as the spacing is concerned. Might be a little close there. I don't know exactly, but we'll find out. Oh, excuse me. All right, so let's. You're starting out with spacing, and that's good. Close interval. That's very good. All right, here we go. Okay, so you hadn't fallen in already. So maybe you're calling it just for the. Okay, so now I see it's a belt. All right, worn incorrectly. American color bearer. That's if you were wearing a blouse, which is your uniform jacket, the blue jacket, that's where the belt would go. But when you're not wearing a blouse, when you're wearing a shirt that you can tuck in, then that's where the belt goes on, not above, but on the uniform belt. So at close interval, fall in. Okay. Why? Okay. Let's go back. So. All right. When you pick up the staff, you're not supposed to hold it with both hands. And now I know that that the AFMAN doesn't specifically. However, we know that you're not supposed to use both hands, put both hands on the staff, because you're at attention. And when you're at attention, what are you not supposed to do? Look around. So color bearers, you just look down. And the reason why you're looking down is because you have both hands on the staff and you got to find the harness socket and slam it in there. Don't slam it in. Yeah, that belt is way too high. So I'm guessing that you're marching using army technique, which is why you have the left hand up at the harness socket, and also why both of the guards are at right shoulder. Left guard should be at left shoulder, and the and I get it. The lots of drill meets around the country. The army techniques are pretty much the only ones followed because nobody knows anything else as far as judging is concerned. And I understand. It's just a real drag, honestly. So yeah, I'm taking that's Army standards. That's not the sling technique. This is probably going to be long. Sorry, but it's don't take that the wrong way. Okay, this is having a detailed critique like this really it takes time, and it's meant to explain every single thing that's going right, and also maybe not every single thing that's going right, but definitely everything that's going wrong. And I'll comment on some good stuff too when there is. And I know that sounds awful. So AFJROTC has the nice marching technique actually, and but the arm swing is too big for the guards. 6 and 3. So that technique so far is good, but now you're not supposed to hold the rifle. You're not supposed to hold it and then pull it around. You're actually supposed to stick your, it's coming right towards the camera there, you're supposed to stick your arm through the sling, extend that arm fully, bring it through the sling, and then grab and drop. 1, 2, 3, 4, close, and about face. Good. So both hands need to be up, and and here's crud. All right, hold on. Okay, saved it. Sorry about that. I hit the mouse pad there. All right, or the trackpad or whatever. So here's the thing about using. It's a convoluted situation when you get into competition like this. All right, so you're using Army techniques. Do you use everything Army technique, or do you use the Army commands and use Air Force techniques in there? And yes, the AFI. I know that there's people out there saying, nope, the Air Force doesn't have any technique whatsoever. Really? We have an Air Force instruction and an Air Force manual and an Air Force pamphlet that all center around drill and ceremonies, color guard. Yeah, there's techniques. Exactly. There's definitely techniques. So what I'm saying is that I know you're being as sharp as possible, and I actually don't. To me, this is flamboyantly sharp. So it's a bit too much what I see here, and that is hard to define. So let's get through the video, and I'll see if I can't define it a little bit better as we go through. So here, what you're supposed to do, you're gonna give the command uncase colors. So uncase colors. What you're supposed to do is use the guide on technique for present guide on, and then bring the staff down and then drop that arm. And I think that's what you did.
Uncase the colors.
Out. No, you went down. So it's out and then forward. Now, I know why you went down, because if you actually leave the staff forward with your arm out there, it'll never work. Your arm, your shoulder's going to give out, and I completely understand that. So what I suggest, instead of coming down and then going forward, is actually using the Air Force guide-on technique. And the Army has to use the guide-on technique as well, because as they come out of the socket, they actually have to have that left hand up instead of the Air Force having this hand, or the left hand on the bottom. I mean, it's almost mind-boggling sometimes, the little tiny nuances that we have to pay attention to. So here, though, uncase colors, out, down, and then what I suggest is pull the staff back here and then hold it with both hands. I know dropping the left is part of the technique, but the Air Force technique is to hold the Army technique is to hold the staff with both hands, because nobody else has this in their manual. Has the uncasing sequence as far as this detailed. Marine Corps does it a little bit, but it's very cursory information, because it's not done all that time. The only time that it's done in the Air Force is at the ceremonial level, and it's totally different. So what we have here, though, I would suggest coming out and then pulling that staff back so that you have. I'm just checking myself in the monitor there, so that you have the left in front and the right tucked in, so that you're not so that you're not supporting all the weight with your right, but also so that you can then start to, if you can see my hands here, I'm starting to twist, so that you can unfurl the flag. Not bad. Not bad on the furling, or unfurling. Sorry. So, but what I suggest here now, here's the part of the sharpness is too much. Your twist, 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 twist. So, it really should be a smooth motion where the flag is unfurled. And technically, the staff is supposed to be completely horizontal throughout the whole unfurling and also furling sequences. But but if you're short and the flag is in danger of hitting the ground, then obviously you're going to angle upward. And let me go back here. Oh, I want to go back a little bit. There we go. Now, where do you bring left hand up? Yeah, so you have the left hand. It's just all, and it's not supposed to be. It's not. It's supposed to be unfurl, 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 and then if the staff is here, you start unfurling, and then you start to raise it. And then when you're finished, you're supposed to actually finish, if the staff was horizontal, you finish when the spade is flat and then the flag is hanging straight down. Then you take the staff, push it up, bring it, and then place it right into the harness socket. And Actually, I've been requested to make a video about that, and I think I should. It's not going to be anytime soon. Got a huge list of stuff to do, but I'll get to it one day. All right, maybe by the time you guys graduate. Yeah, it's a bit jerky. I think that's the main point here. All right, so present from. You're holding the slings not the slings. Well, you're holding the slings properly, it looks like, but the cases. You're holding the cases properly. That's awesome, guards. Thank you very much. That's really good. So, but what you're doing here. All right, I'm holding my sling. I'm going to bring my hand across, and I'm going to grab my sling because I have the case in my pinky and ring fingers. I'm going to hold the sling, and I'm going to bring my hand up to the salute. That's the salute you're supposed to use. You don't drop the salute or drop your hand to salute. You bring the hand up, and then to finish the salute, that's when you drop the hand all the way down, then bring it up and touching your left, and then drop the left hand away. That was good technique on the end there. And there's all kinds of ways to do that, whether you take a step past and execute a rear march, or what you guys did here, fine, whatever. Automatic, good. So what you don't want to do is smack the rifle there. And excuse me. So you're going to bring the rifle off by starting to pull on the sling, but then reach through, grab the rifle with the left, place it so that your right is right there, and then you have that rifle cradled perfectly. Now, since you're using the Army techniques, you're doing just fine there. So let me go back here. I know right rifle guard, you kind of made a slip up there, but see where your elbow is though. When you're coming up to, and I can't hear. Let me see if I can do this. Okay, so you're coming from port. You're going to grab the butt of the rifle. Now, see my elbow here? My elbow is going to stay in place. All I'm going to do is twist and turn, and then bring that rifle into the shoulder. Now, I know it went a little bit too far. Not a big deal. Maybe you're nervous. Whatever happened. That's fine. What you don't want to do is get into that habit of your elbow's out here, and then you pop the elbow in to somehow make right shoulder a little more sharper. All right, you don't want to do that. So I see a thumb. It looks like, boy. So when you're at present, you have your right hand is going to wrap. Let me show you. I just happen to have a rifle here. All right, so you're going to wrap your fingers around. Obviously, we're not going to have our hand wrapped completely around the small of the stock, but you're going to do something like this, and you're doing that right rifle guard, and that's good. You don't want your you don't need to flare your hand or anything that boy, I'm sorry, excuse me. Anything that causes your wrist to angle or anything like that, just relax there. But here, when you hold the rifle, you don't want the thumb up. You're not going to hitch a ride home. You want the hand wrapped around completely, so it looks like there. Looks like that. You want that thumb wrapped behind.
See how your elbow's popping out there? You don't want that. All right. Colors reverse. Oh, you have the bags. Okay. Yeah, that's weird. That's a AFJROTC invention from years ago. That's why you're wearing belts. Okay. I see. So, technically what you're supposed to do is actually tuck the case into the belt, but somebody in the AFJROTC world thought of a bag and nobody challenged it, and so whatever. All right. The colors reverse is not flanks. As strange as that may seem, it's not flanks. It's actually facing movements as in marching. So it's face as in marching. Yeah, why did you, so, Commander, you're not supposed to, oh, I see. Not supposed to mark time 2 steps. Color bearers, you're supposed to change positions. I'm going to have to watch this again. I'll tell you what.
I will link that article in the section below here. But let me go back. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to move, American Color Bearer. The colors actually switch places. So you're supposed to execute a left face as in marching. And I just shortened it to face in march. And then everybody else, you step forward, but you execute that face in march to the left or right as need be. The pivot is always on the right foot platform. Maintaining that spacing, that's good. 7, 8, not bad. 6 or 8 steps is fine for wheels. And it was good to see that the left rifle guard stayed in position on that wheel. I was really concerned that you'd push the flags forward, and you didn't. Thank you. Okay, so right rifle guard, you've got that really big angle in the wrist here. As you're standing at attention, that's not supposed to be. Your wrist should be much more neutral. You have a huge angle there, and it'll get uncomfortable after a while. Actually, it might be already uncomfortable. So relax that wrist. No need to have that major angle there. And that's for both guards. Oh, one of the things I wanted to, I'll hopefully you'll execute a left wheel in just a minute. I forget the sequence right off the top of my head, but so you start when you call the command right wheel, you're going to start on that immediate left foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8, whichever you choose. That's fine. But when you execute a left wheel, you're going to take one more step in marching forward in that direction, and then on the next left step, then take that first step, that first left step, then into the wheel. Just letting you know, just to make sure. Commander, you can call forward much earlier.
Right wheel, march.
Forward, march. Don't have to wait that long. Good alignment. Yeah, see, you're supposed to take a step over, Commander, not have the team move around you like they're doing. Pop it out. So the Air Force flag actually has to pop out. Pop. Pop back. And I'll just say something about the flags. You really should be marching the Air Force AFJROTC flag instead of the departmental. There are very specific occasions where the departmental renders a salute. So, hold on just a moment. No, it doesn't show. What I'm looking for is the finial. Most likely you have that Civil War spike on there, whether it's conical or whether it's yeah, it looks like it's I don't know. I can't really tell. There's actually a spike that has well, it kind of looks like this. Comes up to a point, but it has 4 sides in it. Others are a little kind of like an ice cream cone.
Reset, noise. Sir, Durango High School, 7941. Air Force Reserve Officer Training Corps. Office Color Guard has completed the regulated drill phase.
You can see alignment here. Is American flag bearers a little bit forward. You can tell by the shoulders there. So, the way to compensate. Oh, and look at that left guard is well behind the rest of the team. So, you're halting here, and I didn't notice it any other time, but yeah, there's a definite thumb there. So wrap that thumb around. When you halt, the end, what I call the end step. So if you call colors and then halt on both on the left foot, then you have an end step, which is that one more right step and then the close. Colors, halt, step, close. So that end step, that right step, needs to be a full step. So some of you are obviously, some of you are taking a little bit short step, some of you are taking a longer step, some of you are taking an even longer step. So you need to have that 24-inch step continue. Even though you're following Army techniques, you still march Air Force. You're still going to use Air Force, like I was showing you with the guide on. You're still going to use the Air Force individual techniques there. But march with the Army standards, which is it's kind of strange sometimes, but that end step needs to be the same. Still needs to be 24 inches, so that you can all end together in line. Oh, let me. So let's look at this here. These are well, actually, that's nobody's grip. And that is the Army grip. So you have, get my rifle out again. So this is, there we go. This is the Army grip. Here's the butt of the rifle. My fingers split it. Index finger, ring finger, split the butt. All right. And then if I make a circle, that's going to be the Army grip. If I roll my thumb into the curve, still have that split there, that's going to be the Marine Corps grip. If I close up everything, that's the Air Force grip. So, like I was talking about with, there we go, like I was talking about the Air Force techniques, these little techniques that we use in a situation like this, they're going to be the Air Force techniques, even though the left hand is at the harness socket, both guards are at right shoulder. You still need to use those Air Force techniques identified in the Air Force manual. All right. One of the things I noticed, I saw it before, but I failed to mention it. And you can't see my finger, so I'm going to point right here. Left rifle guard, watch your feet. Watch right here. As you come across, you toe strike. So you're marching half step. Any steps forward here are going to be an in-between, either half and full, or maybe not just half. You know, they're varied, so they're not as exact as the Air Force full step, which is 24 inches, and the Air Force half step, which is 12 inches. So what you're going to do still, even though you have a metered step here that's somewhere in between 1 and 24 inches, you're still going to heel strike, not toe strike. Now, when you get into mark time, that's when you toe strike.
Gary, Collins. Collins reverse, arch.
Good. Everybody else is heel striking. The two who are marching forward there. Step off. Colors turn means to step off after those 4 steps. Now, you also sped up. I'm so glad you went to port and that you went to the colors turn. So colors turn, march. 1, 2, 3, 4, step. Everybody steps off. And it's just supposed to be a smooth transition out. So not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, whoever said that, it was right. That was good. Now, and I was able to identify that too sharp, the jerkiness of the staffs, throwing the flags everywhere. It's too much. So things need to be smooth. Smooth is good. Smooth for color guard is respectful and good and works really well. Spacing was very consistent throughout. Alignment needs some work, especially on the halt, and in a couple of different places I saw, like even right here, you can see the feet are in different places here. It seems that the team has some visual memory. Now, we have muscle memory. We also have visual memory. So every time we fall in, as you had them fall in, Commander, earlier here, we get that every single time we fall in, we start to gain that visual memory of the spacing, where we are, but not only the spacing, but also our alignment as well. So let's say the left guard is always this far in front, as far as shoulders are concerned, this far in front of the Air Force flag bearer. So unless somebody tells him to move back and does that enough to where he develops that new visual memory, he will always be there, no matter what. So it seems like in a couple of different places here, going through that let's see, where can I? There. See, this is really good, but see, there's a little bit of a spacing issue. Kind of, it looked like what was happening was left guard was moving back and forth as he was marching, instead of just marching without that movement. So, I mean, it could be, if I was the judge, then I would have moved behind you and looked to get a better field of vision there. But it looks like the team has some actually really good alignment. Some excellent training there. Yeah, I can see some great training. Even the mark time height here, as you're marking time, 4 inches off the marching surface, and you're doing it. At least you're consistent, and it looks to be about the 4-inch mark. So, well done. There's a couple of things that needs to be addressed for the team as far as training is concerned, but I'm impressed. I really am. That's very good. So I will give you a thumbs up there. Added to liked videos. All right. So if you have any questions, please let me know, either below or private message, whatever you desire. All right. There we go. That's it for this critique. Thank you.